remember seeing it. Okay, so guys, welcome to today's live training. We're from yesfinanciallyfree.com. That's my blog, your contact blog. Oh, on the website. Oh, that's weird. I didn't think I saw it. You can, well, why don't you email me directly? It's MEYLYSA. Oh, actually, mayjuldalau@gmail. So mayjuldalau all together at Gmail. I'm going to check it. Actually, my website's under construction, but thanks for telling me, because I just changed it over to a different website, and we were testing the forms over the weekend. So when you did it, it might not have worked. Hi, DB1556. Welcome to the scope. Yep, that's my email. You can just email me there directly for now, but I'm going to make sure that form works. I'm at DFHSDF. Welcome to the scope. So we have Motive Niche Day on Instagram, Roha and Petrovan Deji. Welcome to the Instagram Live. And I'm also on Facebook Live. I'm on YouTube Live. Okay, so I've got 4 social media channels on at once. The reason for that is I like to be efficient with my time. Let me introduce myself for those you don't know. My name is May Tupalau. I work from home. I live in Honolulu, Hawaii. And I do these webinars at 6:30 a.m. Hawaii time. And the reason I do that is because my son is still sleeping. Hi, Sunny74. Welcome to the Instagram Live. I do it this early in the morning in Hawaii because my son is still sleeping. So I get all my internet marketing and financial stuff done in the morning before he wakes up. And then I'm a mommy, which I love. I love being a mommy. And then when I'm a mommy, I don't really answer my phone or look at social media. I'm not that type of mom. I actually like to pay attention to my son, so I don't look at my phone. Thank you. Thanks for the heart. So that's kind of what I do. And before, what I used to do, and today's topic, by the way, is about freedom. How to choose freedom. Thank you. I am a very dedicated mom. I love being a mom. Actually, I actually really, really love it. It's so much fun for me. I didn't realize how much I would love being a mom until I became a mom, and I was like, oh, this is great. But anyway, today's topic is about how to choose freedom and security and be your own boss. Something that I had to learn. And I'll tell you a little bit more. Thank you for the heart. I didn't even know you could send hearts on Instagram. That's so cool. You got a heart on Instagram? Wow, that was neat. Anyway, thanks for hearts. I'm sure it's cool. How do you send hearts on Instagram Live? Oh my goodness, that's so cool. They just tap the screen? Neat. Anyway, sorry, I've never seen that before. Anyway, cool. Let's talk. So, my story. Hearts overdose. Oh yeah, I know, hearts overdose. Love it. You can't overdose on hearts. You know, love is great. Love is truly abundant. You can give a lot of love away and you never run out. So that's why I love hearts and love. And just give, right? And it just makes you feel good. Okay, so let's talk about my story. My name is May Tupalau, and back in 2009, I actually chose freedom. I said, I'm going to be free. I am not going to work a job anymore. I'm not going to have a boss. I'm going to have my own time. And then I became pregnant in 2012, and I was like, really, I have to get rid of this job. I want to be a mother to my son. And honestly, before, when I would do these hangouts at 6:30 a.m., before I had my son, it was because I had to go to work. I had to leave here at 7 a.m. and go to work, and I would bike to my job. I would bike, commute, get to the gym, take a shower, and go to work at 8 a.m. So I used to have a job, work full time, and then when I had my baby, after maternity leave, I still had to work a job, and then my mom would watch him, and then he was in preschool, and I felt like I was missing out on being a mother. Right? It really sucked, actually, and I really, really wanted to be free. Now I chose to be free in 2009. That was before I was even married. I re-chose in 2012 when I got pregnant, but I didn't actually quit my job until December of 2016. Now in December of 2016, that's like 7 years later, I finally was able to quit, be my own boss, and be free. So what did I do and how did it happen? And what the heck was going on with me? So the reason it took me so long, 7 years, took me waiting so long to quit, to get rid of debt? Yes. The reason it took me so long is because I had a lot of debt, right? Now, if you don't have a lot of debt, you could probably do this a lot faster than me. Let's just say this right now. If you have good money habits, if you know what you're doing with your money, if you're smart, You might already be free watching this. You're already financially free. I have people come on all the time. Hi, Pedro16B. Welcome to the Instagram Live. I have people come on these trainings sometimes, and they're already financially free because they're better with money, or they learned their lesson and they figured it out. So it took me that long to figure it out. Okay, but I did choose it. You have to choose freedom first. Hi, Martin Eisler. Welcome to the Instagram Live. You have to choose freedom first. You have to decide in your heart, in your soul, basically. You have to make a decision that, yes, I'm going to be financially free. And then you have to start there. Because a lot of people don't even think about it. For me, I knew I wanted to be free. But back in 2009, I had a lot of debt. And actually, I was shredding old paper because I'm moving. We're buying a condo. Yay! Buying my first property. Amazing enough. So I'm excited about that. And so we're buying a condo. So I'm basically packing, shredding paper and getting rid of stuff. And I saw an old paper where I was in financial counseling. Okay. Hi, FR Ken. Welcome to the scope. So I was in financial counseling, and I looked at this paper and I wrote down all the debts I had, right? And I had like 7 different loans, lines of credit, and I owed $46,000. See, Sunny 74. See, I do have someone on who's free. Sunny 74. See, sometimes I do have people who are free on my scopes. Best feeling ever. Hi, Joshua 0667. Welcome to the Instagram Live. So I had $46,000 in debt back then, 7 different loans, lines of credit. Okay, and so I had over $1,000 I paid every month just in debt payments. Right, and this is not a mortgage. This is debt, like credit cards, loans, lines of credit. This is not like my rent. My rent is separate. I didn't own anything. Okay, I didn't even own a car. Well, no, I had a car actually. I didn't use a car, but I had a lot of debt, $46,000 in debt. So I actually became completely debt-free in April of 2016, and then I quit my job in December of 2016. So once you get rid of all your debt, it's a lot faster, especially if you used to have a lot of debt, because I used to pay over $1,000 a month just paying off debt, right? And then when I stopped that, when I finally paid off all my debt and had no more debt, that's an extra $1,000+ a month to me, right? I moved to 21. So it became a lot easier to become free after I got rid of all that debt. But I'm really grateful for it because it taught me how to be very, very careful with money, how to invest it wisely, and how to use debt wisely. You know, I still have debt, but now I use it better. Like I have credit cards I use, but I pay them off every month. You know, I don't carry credit card debt anymore. I do have a line of credit that, in case I do go over my checking account, I don't get an overdraft fee, but I never keep it. Like I never keep it. I was paid off right away. So I use debt wisely now, whereas in the past I did not. I would impulsively spend on things, you know, like, oh, this is important. Oh, I have enough money in my credit card, I'll buy it, right? And now it's like, if I don't have enough money in my savings account, you know, which is designated for spending savings account, then I won't buy it. I just won't. I'll be like, well, it's just not the right time. Or I'll come up with the cash. I won't borrow. Now there is an exception to that, obviously. Not obviously, but we are buying a condo. So I'm moving out of this house that we've been renting for a long time, actually. Hi, Tom. Welcome to the scope. So I've been renting this house for a really long time, actually. All of my lives are from this house for the last I don't know how many years. My live trainings on the internet. Finally moving out because we're buying our own condo in Waikiki. Hi, Gege. And so now we are going into our first debt since April 2016, and that's a mortgage. However, this one is different because it's where we're going to live, and it's the same. All the payments are the same as rent. So to me, it doesn't matter. It's like renting from the bank instead of renting from Sophia. Except now we get some equity. We build equity. So that's the only debt I'm going to have. I don't have it yet. We're going to sign the loan on. We signed it, but it doesn't actually go into effect until Friday. Hi, Russ1111. Welcome to the scope. So that'll be my first debt in a while, which is a mortgage. But that one is not a big deal. All right. Now you know my story from debt and like financial ruin to now where I'm zero debt and I'm about to buy a condo with my husband and having passive income. We create passive income in our life. I have active income from my business. We have passive income from investments. So that's why I can be free and not have to work a job anymore. Hi, James Dean. I'm a networker. Hi, are you a networker? I take it since you greeted me as a networker, you must be a networker. Hi, Sam. So today we're going to talk about Cashflow Quadrant, Chapter 3 in the Rich Dad, Poor Dad Guide to Freedom. Vic B13, welcome to Periscope. First day, thanks for being on my Periscope. So today's topic is how to choose freedom and security to be your own boss. And it's actually based on Chapter 3 of this book. He actually calls it Why People. Oh, that's awesome you read the book. That's so cool. I read it as well. I'm reading it again. It was recommended to me by a friend who was financially free. Back in 2009 when I had all that debt and I was working a job, right? A friend of mine I met wanted to do an Ironman, okay? And I had already done it. I think I met him in 2011. I had already done an Ironman. And if you don't know what an Ironman is, hi Talib, hi Kieran, welcome. If you don't know what an Ironman is, it's when you do 2.5 mile swim, and then you bike 112 miles, and then you run a marathon, which is 26 miles. So I did that. And so I was very physically fit. You know, I was in shape. I biked every day to work. You know, I was a very athletic person. And this guy, he was overweight. He was trying to lose weight and become healthy. And he was financially free at 35. So we traded advice, right? He wanted to do an Ironman. I wanted to become financially free. So I would help him with his, athletic training stuff. And then he helped me with money. So he told me to read this book. He said it was a very, very good book. Cashflow Quadrant. And he also told me to play Cashflow, the game that Robert Kiyosaki created. Hi, Miriam17. Welcome to the show. So hi, Wesley Oregon and Henry Shabani. Welcome to the Instagram Live. Hi. Thanks for joining. So today we're going to talk about Chapter 3. And like I said, it's called Why People Choose Security Over Freedom, right? Now, I found that you can have both. You don't have to have one or the other, all right? In fact, if you have a job, are you really secure in that job anyway? See, that's the thing that really hit me was, at the time I worked at a bank, and I don't know if you have seen this or not, but banks are they're becoming more and more online. You know, so there's less and less of a need to hire people to work in a physical bank than there was before. Right now, you still need some people, but they're going to cut out a lot of staff. Hi, Buckeye37, welcome to the show. Over time, a lot of people that work in a bank, they're not going to need those people to work those jobs. Like, they're not going to need tellers. How much is the book? Just go on Amazon. You know, it's a book, probably 15 bucks. Hi, Henry Giovanni. Penny Giovanni. You can also get it used and then or at a library for free. You can check it out. Hi, Art13. Be welcome. Hey. So this is the book. If you guys don't see it, Cashflow Quadrant, Robert Kiyosaki. Okay, so he told me to read this book, play the game every week, so that's what I did, and I'm rereading it again for my students so that they all understand how to create financial freedom in their life. So let's take a look. Last week also I summarized chapters 1 and 2. So if you want to see last week's training where I talk about what the Cashflow Quadrant is, you just go to my blog, yesfinanciallyfree.com. Okay, and if you're on Periscope, you just click the profile link. That's the blog. Hi, Sackman Martin. Welcome to the show. German Shepherd, welcome. Welcome to the live Instagram training. So let's take a look and begin. So Chapter 3 is Why People Choose Security Over Freedom. Okay. Now, so like I said, the job that I used to work at a bank, it wasn't really secure, you know, because they could fire me any day. All right. Now, they weren't going to fire me. They weren't planning on firing me, but if you're not your own boss, how much security do you really have? Do you know what I mean? They could fire you anytime because their son is graduating from college and wants your job. Whatever, you know. People can fire other people. If they're not your own boss and someone else is your boss, they can fire you at any time. They have the right to do that, okay? Unless they have a contract with you. But if you're working without a contract at will, in Hawaii they call it at will, then they can fire you anytime. Hi, Zach, hello. And I was pretty smart to know that banks, you know, even though we need banks and banks are important, a lot of banking is going online, right? So they're not going to need me to work in a bank, in a building. Hi, Kanan. One, welcome. Thanks for the heart. So, I realized that. Hi, Margarita Mustafan. Welcome to the show. So there is no real security in a job where you aren't your own boss. All right? Hi, Shoku. Even though you want it really bad, you want security, really, when you think about it, how secure are you in a job? Okay, how secure are you? Let's talk about it. So Robert Kiyosaki, he always talks about having two dads, okay? Because his own dad was one dad, and then he had a friend, his best friend's dad, mentored him and his best friend in money. And his best friend's dad was rich. Azerbaijan, welcome to the scope. We have Azerbaijan on. That's so cool. So he talks about both of his dads here. Okay, so both of his dads recommended that I go to college and get a college degree. But it was after receiving the degree that their advice changed. I don't know what boxing means, but nice. Thanks for being on the live scope. My highly educated dad constantly advised, go to school, get good grades, and then get a good, safe, secure job. Okay, so he was recommending a life path focused on the left quadrant where you are an employee. Okay, so he talks about the Cashflow Quadrant a lot in this book. And the E side of the quadrant, this left side, E and S, E is an employee and S is a self-employed person. Okay, so that means you have to trade your time for money. All right, so his own dad wanted him to be an employee. Okay. Now, what did the rich dad want him to do? His rich dad mentor, which he calls him his uneducated dad. My uneducated but rich dad. My uneducated but rich dad advised focusing on the right side of the quadrant. Go to school, get good grades, and then start your own company. So it's very different advice. One guy says, be an employee, get a good job. The other one says, start your own company, right? One of them is poor, okay? The one who says, go get a job is poor. And the one who says, start your own company is rich, all right? So their advice was different because one dad was concerned with job security. Hi, Distance RMG. Welcome to the live Instagram. Hi, Dark 1413. Welcome to Periscope and welcome to our Periscope. Okay, and the YouTube live watcher, welcome. Good to have you on. So the advice was different because one dad was concerned with job security. Job security is so important. And the other one was more concerned with financial freedom. Okay, so if you're on the scope, I hope you are concerned with financial freedom. Right? Financial freedom is very important. All right. So why do people seek job security anyway? Well, I think most of us know why people seek job security. Yeah, it's like they just want to make sure they have money coming in. Maybe they have children, maybe they have family, maybe they're just want to make their car payments or their rent or their mortgage, they want to keep out their house. Hi, Mustafa. Welcome. So the primary reason many people seek job security is because that is what they are taught to seek at home and at school. Okay, so when you went to school, when I went to school, I was taught to get good grades so that I could get a good job. And I was taught to think about what kind of a job do I want to get when I grow up, right? Like, do you want to be a firefighter? Do you want to be a dancer? Do you want to be a painter? All this kind of stuff, right? So that's what we're taught when we're in school. Okay? Millions of people continue to follow that advice. Many of us have been conditioned from our early days to think about job security rather than financial security or financial freedom. Hi, Mr. Mir Infotech. Welcome. Because most of us learn little or nothing about money at home or at school, it is only natural that many of us cling even more to the idea of job security, reaching for freedom. Right? So if you look at the Cashflow Quadrant, you'll notice that the left side is motivated by security, and the right side is motivated by freedom. This is the Cashflow Quadrant. All right, you got E and S. E is an employee or a self-employed person. B is a business owner and investor. E's and S's, they're motivated by security. They want to be secure. They want to have security. Right? Business owners and investors, they are motivated by freedom. They want to have freedom. Hi, Yanshan. Welcome to the live Instagram. So that's what we have here. We have conflicting sides, conflicting views. Employees, self-employed people want security. Business owners and investors want freedom. Right? Let's take a look. Why do people Seek job security, trapped by debt. Okay, so here's the first reason. Why do people seek security? Trapped by debt. That was like me. Okay. 2009, I was trapped by debt. $46,000 in debt, actually. That's a lot of debt. The main reason that 90% of the population, 90% of people, are on the left side is simply because that is the side they learn about in school. Then they leave school. Hi, Kingdom Ambassador. They leave school and are soon deeply in debt. Okay, so deeply in debt that they must cling even tighter to their jobs or professional security just to pay their bills, right? I've been there, completely understand how that feels like to be in debt and to just be like paying bills. Totally get that. Okay, I don't know if any of you guys have ever had that situation, but I have, and I will never be there again. Never, ever again. So this is what happens to a lot of people. They get into a lot of debt, and then they cling to their jobs even more because of the debt. And then he talks about young people he's met, which is really interesting. He's met young people who received their college diploma along with a bill for their college loans, right? Some of them actually feel depressed because they see that they owe $50,000 to $150,000 in student debt. Okay, so then they're like desperate to find a job. They have to pay for this education they just got, and it's going to take them like their whole life, right? And they're depressed about it. It's like, oh my God, when am I going to ever pay this off, right? So that's one reason that people are trapped by debt, that they don't choose freedom and they choose security because debt has trapped them, right? I recently read that most Americans today will receive a credit card while still in school and will be in debt for the rest of their lives. Crazy, right? Isn't that crazy? So he believes that is a script from the industrial age. We're no longer in the industrial age, so we gotta stop doing that kind of stuff. Hi, BLT67. Welcome to the scope. To me personally, I feel like if you have to get into a lot of debt to go to school, then don't go to school. I mean, that's my personal opinion, but that's because I live in America where there's so much debt and I'm so debt averse. You can learn a lot not being in school. You can make a lot more money if you're not in debt. So following the script, if you track the life of the average educated person, this is how the financial script goes. Ready? This is what people do. This is what people really do in their life. The child goes to school, graduates, finds a job, and soon has some money to spend. The young adult now can afford to rent an apartment, buy a TV set, new clothes, some furniture, and of course, a car, right? Now the bills begin to come in, and one day the adult meets someone special. Hi, Sengit 37. Sparks fly, they fall in love, they get married. For a while, life is blissful, right? Everything's great. The two can live as cheaply as one because they're married, because they're sharing everything. All right, and then they now have two incomes, only pay one rent. They can afford to set a few dollars aside to buy their own home. They find their dream home, right? Thanks to the heart. They pull their money together. They use it for a down payment, and now they have a mortgage. Because they have a new house, they need new furnishings, so they find a furniture store that advertises no money down, easy monthly payments. Aloha, Honolulu. So then they get into debt buying furniture for their new house, which now they have a mortgage. Life is wonderful. They throw a party. They show all their friends the new house. God, I know about that. This is funny, right? They get into so much debt. This book is called Cashflow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. Highly recommend you get it. Very good book. So when I was highly in debt, I was told by someone who was 35 and financial, oh yeah, let's do lunch. That's right. Everyone wants to do lunch. I keep forgetting. We have to do that, but I wrote that down somewhere. Oh, hi, Anto Shegura. Email me, maydulala@gmail.com. Same as my handle, maydulala@gmail.com. Let's set up the lunch date. I can do next Wednesday. Got it. Thanks. You're welcome, Kingdom Ambassador. Thanks for joining in on the Instagram Live. Okay, so this is what happens. Life is wonderful. They throw a party. They show off their new house and all the new furniture, which they got into debt for. Okay, awesome. Yeah, add me here. They're deeply in debt for the rest of their lives, and then their first child arrives. And this is how it happens. The average well-educated, hardworking couple, after dropping a child off at nursery school, must now put their nose to the grindstone and go to work. They become trapped by the need for job security, simply because, hi Susie, happy heart abdomen, welcome. They become trapped with the need for job security simply because on average they are less than 3 months away from financial bankruptcy. Does that sound like you? Does that sound like someone you know? Yeah? You know, you get into a lot of debt that you can't handle. So it took me a lot of time. Right now I'm buying a condo. I don't know if you know that. I've been renting forever. I've never owned my own property. It's been a dream of mine. Sell the kid. I love my child. There's no way I would sell my child forever. I love my child. He's like so awesome. I love Jordan. So let's talk about this. Yeah. So I really thought a lot about this. Yeah, I know, I'm kidding. Kind of, sorta. With a parent online. Okay, so I'm buying a condo, yeah, and I thought about this a lot. I'm gonna get a mortgage. We don't have enough money to buy the condo cash. It's $241,000 condo. That's the price. Okay, we're putting down like 26% or something. So we're putting down a lot, but not the whole thing. All right. Hi, son-in-law. Welcome. So I really thought about it a lot. Like, we have no debt right now, zero debt. Hi, Lucas Rankin, just sushi. So now we're gonna have our first debt in a little while, which is a mortgage. And I thought a lot about this book, right? And I don't want to be in debt for the rest of my life. But when I thought about it, it's like I have to pay rent anyway. So if I could get my mortgage and all the costs and maintenance fees, hi, SMs, welcome. If I could get the cost of my mortgage and maintenance fees to be equal to my rent, then it's the same as I have to pay rent anyway, right? So I'm paying rent to the bank instead of the landlord. But part of the rent payment goes back to me in equity in the place that I live. So that's why I decided, okay, it's okay to get this mortgage because it's not so high. Thank you. It's not so high that I feel like I have to pay it off. Right? In fact, it's so low that I don't have any need to pay it off right away, right? So I can leave it there for 30 years and I don't care. And the reason is because it's the same as my rent. My mortgage payment plus maintenance fees plus taxes are the same as rent that I pay now. My property will always appreciate. And then Honolulu J knows that Honolulu property will probably appreciate, so it's probably going to be okay anyway. So in that sense, that's why I'm okay with this mortgage because it doesn't add any expenses to my cash flow because it's the same as rent. Okay, so you got to do things wisely. I know a lot of people who buy property and then the mortgage and everything is like triple their rent. Oh, you bought last year, congratulations. Now, if you increase your expenses, then it becomes more of a liability, and then you really are chaining yourself to debt. All right, but if it feels like just regular rent, then there's no feeling of like being dragged down and all that kind of stuff. It's the heart. The success trap. Let's talk about the success trap. Are you ready? Okay. One of the reasons I learned so much from my rich dad was because he had the free time to teach me. Now, this is Robert Kiyosaki talking. As he grew more successful, he had more free time and more money. Isn't that cool? Right? That's like me. Okay, so I used to work so much. I used to be a complete workaholic. Right? And now I work much less, much less. Okay, now I work only 5 hours a week, where I used to work 40 hours a week. And before that, I worked like 80 hours a week. Like I used to work so much. Now I work less and less. And I have way more money than I used to have too. So that's how you want to be. You want to get to a point where you have more and more money and you work less and less. That's called being rich, okay? that's called financial freedom, all right? So that's what you want to happen in your life, right? And that's what's happening to me. And everyone watching this, if you're following along, doing lessons or, you know, taking these things to heart, buying these books, following their advice, it's going to happen to you too. You're going to have more and more money, work less and less. You're going to become rich, right? Which is really fun, right? Now, let's talk about it. So his rich dad had this happen to him. If business got better, he did not have to work harder. He simply had its president expand the system and hire more people to do the work. Okay, so that's how he did it. Right? If his investments went well, he reinvested the money and made more money. All right. Hi, Bala. Welcome. Because of his success, he had more free time. All right. He spent hours with both his son and me explaining to us everything he was doing in business and investment. So he actually had time to be with his children, you know, and to be with Robert, who wasn't his child, but was best friends with his son. Hi, Dirk, to be eating when you welcome. So he actually had time to spend with his family. He had time to mentor people that he loved, you know. Okay, have a good jog. So this is what he was doing, and because he was getting richer and richer, he could do that kind of thing. So Robert Kiyosaki, right, the author of this book, hi Bill Slawaki, welcome. He was learning from his rich dad who had all this time. Thanks for the hearts. Wow, that is a lot of hearts. Hi, I'm like, thank you so much. I'm feeling the love. I'm feeling the love. Thank you. Yeah, send me hearts, send me love. Love that stuff. Thank you very much. So his highly educated dad worked hard too, but he also worked hard on the left side of the quadrant. He was an employee. He wasn't a business owner. So by working hard, he would get promoted. He would get more responsibility, right? And then he had less and less free time to be with his kids, right? So that's what happens when you're an employee instead of a business owner. If you become really good at your job and then you get promoted and promoted, you actually end up working harder and harder. Even though you're getting more money, you're busier and you don't get to see your family anymore. So it's actually really sad. And it's actually the opposite of financial freedom. That's why he recommends not being in the employee quadrant if you want to be free, right? Because it's really hard to be free. And I did see that happen, like when I worked at the bank. The people who were considered my bosses and higher up, they worked harder than me. Like they worked more hours than I did. Like my boss right above me, she would come in at 6 a.m. in the morning, 6 a.m. in the morning, and then she would leave when I did at like 5, right? So she worked harder than I did, right? Now she made more money than me, but I didn't want to work her hours. It's like, oh my God, you know? So the better you got at your job, the more hours you work. That's how the bank works. Hi, Dane, Sean, welcome to the show. It's almost like a direct trade of time for money. And to me, it was like, what's the point of that? You know, I don't want to work harder and then make more money that way. I want to work less hard and make more money, right? I want to work smarter and make more money. So I knew I couldn't excel at my bank because to go up meant to work even harder. And then the boss above that, like the guy in charge of our department, hi, Armor Goldie, he worked all the time. He had to go to all these dinners, right? Because, hey, how's it going? He had to entertain people, right? All these clients, they had special dinners and functions, and he had to go to all of them. And it was part of his job, right? So he wasn't even free at night. So during the day, he had to be at work, and then at night, he had to go to all these social functions, right? So he was like completely working all the time. And he got paid more than me too, right? And I was like, oh my God, it's like horrible. Hi, Joni. I'd rather just stay home with my son, you know, hang out with my husband, my son, you know, go to a movie. I don't want to be working all night long. It's ridiculous. But that's what people do. That's real life in a corporation or a job. So that's why you don't want to be stuck there, right? If you want to make a ton of money, I mean, if you don't mind the money you make and you're not working a lot of hours, then that's cool. But if you want to make more and more money, you need to switch over from being an employee, get into the side of a business owner and an investor. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in this trade time for money trap, which nobody, I mean, I don't want it. I don't want that. Now, I still am self-employed right now. Right? I switched from employee to self-employed. I got much better with my hours, so I only work about 5 hours a week, and I make money that way instead of 40 hours a week. So I cut my hours back considerably. I also make money as an investor where it comes in without me trading anytime. I just invest in things and they pay me money, right? And I get money every month, every quarter for my investments. So that's what I do. And that's what you want to do. You want to position yourself so that you're not an employee anymore and you're not self-employed. And that you can actually make money from investment and from owning a business. So right now I'm shifting from self-employed to business owner. So I'm going to hire someone else to do a lot of the stuff that I do that I don't want to do. Hi, Tio. Tio, welcome to Periscope. Hi, Tio. Welcome. Thanks for joining in. Okay. The money trap. Let's talk about the money trap. Success on the right side of the quadrant. Remember, the right side of the quadrant is being a business owner and investor. It requires knowledge about money called financial intelligence. You're welcome. Always honest. I'm here to help people, you know. Thanks for joining in and thanks for the compliment. So Rich Dad defined it this way. Financial intelligence is not so much how much money you make, but how much money you keep. Okay, so that's financial intelligence. How much money you keep, how hard that money works for you, and how many generations you keep it for. Okay, let's repeat that. Financial intelligence is not so much how much money you make, right? But how much money you keep how hard that money works for you, and how many generations you keep it for. Okay, so after you die and your grandchildren and then your great grandchildren and all those children, how long do you keep money with all of those people? And that is a real definition of financial intelligence. All right, so that's really interesting. And when we think about that, that makes being an employee doesn't really constitute financial intelligence, right? Because that's just making money. Success on the right side of the quadrant requires financial intelligence, right? So to be a successful business owner and investor, you need financial intelligence. If people lack basic financial intelligence, they will in most cases not survive on the right side of the quadrant, right? So if you don't have financial intelligence, you won't be a business owner, you won't be an investor very long. You will die and go back to being an employee or self-employed person. So his rich dad, Robert Kiyosaki's rich dad, okay? My rich dad was good with money and with people at work. He had to be. He was responsible for creating money, managing as few people as possible, keeping costs low, and keeping profits high. Those are the skills necessary for success on the right side of the quadrant. Okay? So what do you have to do to be successful as a business owner or investor? Right? You have to keep costs low, right? Keep your costs low. You have to keep profits high, manage as few people as possible, and also, that's it, really. Create the money. Oh, you have to create money, of course. All right, create money. All right. So it was my rich dad who stressed to me that your home is not an asset but a liability. Right? He could prove it was because he taught us to be financially literate, so we were able to read numbers. Welcome, Hal 7979. Welcome to the show. So a lot of people wonder, okay, so what is my business? I actually help people become financially free. People pay me. I do these free trainings, and also if you, really like my trainings and want to work with me directly, you can pay me and you can join a mastermind. And in the mastermind, I help people become financially free, work together on the skills you need. We have action steps we do every week to create freedom in our lives. It's a 1-year mastermind, and after the year, you're making passive income. You know what to do, things like that. So people pay me to be my masterminds, right? That's how I make money. And I'm always teaching people how to understand numbers. Always. There's always somebody who does not understand how to calculate a percent. Like, they don't understand how to do it. They don't understand that you multiply a decimal by 100 to get a percent, right? They don't understand how to do that math. So there's always someone in every mastermind who does not understand how to do the basic numbers to understand wealth and money, okay? So this is something that you need to know to become financially intelligent. Things like how to calculate a percent, right? How to do basic addition, multiplication, subtraction. So there are people who are not comfortable with this. In fact, a lot of people have lost a lot of their math skills in the job world, especially if their job does not require math. Okay, hi Satin, Martin. Maybe they weren't good in school anyway and never had the skills. Maybe they did have them at one point and forgot them. But whatever case, a lot of people are not good with money, just don't have the proper math skills. Thanks for the hearts, guys. So you need to have these skills, okay? It was my rich dad who stressed to me that your home is not an asset, okay? So you need to be able to read numbers, all right? He had the free time to teach his son and me because he was good at managing people, right? His skills from work carried over to his home life, okay? That was an uneducated but rich dad. He had plenty of time, he knew how to read numbers, he had plenty of money. Okay, now this is what his uneducated dad was like. His uneducated real dad was poor, right? He did not manage money and people at work, although he thought he did. As a state superintendent of education, he was a government official with a multi-million-dollar budget and thousands of employees, but it was not money that he created. It was taxpayers' money, right? And his job was to spend all of it. Hi, Shwanette, welcome to the show. So his job was not, his uneducated real dad, his job was not to, hi Hakeem, welcome. His job was not to make money and create money. His job was to spend money. He was a government worker. They collected tax dollars and they were paid to spend the taxpayers' money. His job was to spend all of it. If he did not spend all of it, the government would give him less money the next year. That's crazy. So at the end of each fiscal year, he was looking for ways to spend it all. right? Which meant he often hired more people to justify next year's budget. The funny thing was, the more people he hired, the more problems he had. That's just messed up, right? That's just messed up. Okay, anyway. As a young boy, he observed both fathers, Robert Kiyosaki, and he began to take mental notes of the kind of life he wanted to lead, right? So his educated dad read a lot of books. He loved to read, but he did not know anything about money. He was not financially literate, right? He thought their house was an asset when it was actually a liability, and he thought it was their biggest investment. Our house, the condo that we're buying is not our biggest investment. It is an investment. It's not a great investment. It's okay. The biggest investment we have another super fan. Welcome. Thanks for joining me on the scope. Thanks for being on. Okay, the condo we're buying is not our biggest investment. Okay, in fact, we refuse to move any of our investment money from our portfolio of dividend-paying stocks. We refuse to use any of it for the down payment of our condo, because this condo is not paying us passive income. It's not paying us. We're paying it, right? We're paying money to live there. We're going to pay mortgage, maintenance fees, and taxes. So it's not an asset. It's a liability. Now, that being said, we will be adding money to equity, and we may be able to borrow off equity later and maybe sell for profit later. But it's not an asset. It's more of a liability right now. Okay, so I'm very cognizant of that. That's why we've gotten a very low mortgage, and we're not going to be spending more on our expenses than our current rent. So that's why we do it that way. But uneducated people who don't understand numbers, hi A9F, welcome to the Instagram live. People who don't understand numbers, they think a house is an asset. When it's not an asset. It's an expense and it's a liability. Hi Dushat, the one that you live in is an expense. You have to understand that. This is what they call financial literacy. Okay, so, and he says here that he always thought his uneducated dad who was poor, his educated dad who was poor, okay, I respect his silence, welcome. He always thought that the next promotion and pay raise would solve his problem, but the money he made, the same things happened. He got deeper in debt and paid more in rent. Thanks for the hearts. So the more frazzled he got, both at home and at work, the more he seems to depend on job security, right? Job security. The more emotionally attached he got to his job and a paycheck to pay bills, the more he encouraged his kids to get a safe and secure job, right? Because the more insecure he felt, the more he sought security, right? So the reason that employees and people seek security is because they feel insecure, right? They feel insecure. When you get really good with money and you know how to create money, you no longer feel insecure because you know how to create money. And if you know how to manage it to make it more, then you feel even more secure. So that was the biggest difference. That's why I quit my job in December 2016. Even though I didn't have enough passive income to cover all my expenses, I knew how to make it happen. I knew how to create more money. I knew how to create financial security. And because I knew that, I could quit. Because I didn't feel like I had to have this job security. I knew that I could do better if I was on my own. And so that's why I did it. What are your two biggest expenses? Okay, so because his educated dad, who read a lot of books but knew nothing about money, right? He could not read financial statements. He did not know how to read financial statements, monetary statements, things like that about money. Could not see the money trap he was getting into as he grew more successful. Okay, it's the same money trap that millions of hardworking people fall into all the time. Money trap, right? You work harder, have less time. It's a money trap, right? You don't want to fall into that. You want to be successful and have freedom. Okay, so the reason so many people struggle financially is because every time they make more money, they also increase their two biggest expenses. They increase their taxes and they increase the interest on their debt, right? And to top it off, the government often offers tax breaks for getting into deeper debt. This is true, right? If you get a mortgage, they give you a tax break. And if you get a bigger mortgage, you get a bigger tax break. The funny thing about our mortgage is it's so small, we're actually not going to get a tax break. We're actually taking the standard deduction, and we're not going to do itemized deductions because our mortgage is so small, we're not getting a tax break. Now, to me, that's great. I don't want to have a big mortgage. Hi, Reese. That's why I'm welcome to the show. But that's just financial intelligence, okay? But if you just listen to a CPA that doesn't understand these things and he's also broke and living paycheck to paycheck, they're going to tell you, oh, get a big mortgage. You'll save on taxes. Dumb. Hi, Max. Toby. Welcome to the show. Okay? The search for freedom. Let's talk about that. I know many people search for freedom and happiness. The problem is most people have not been trained to work as business owners or investors. Okay? Because of this lack of training, the programming into job security and their increasing amount of debt, most people limit their search for financial freedom to being an employee or a self-employed person. And they never, ever get out of that trap. Right? So we're going to be better than that, all right? But really, if you want true security and freedom, it's being a business owner and an investor. Okay. And then he talks about how some people go from job to job, like you're like, oh, this job doesn't pay me more, I'll go to that job will pay me more, and that job, that doesn't work. It's just jumping job to job to job doesn't really make any sense. It's like just being employed. You got to get out of the whole search for a better job thing. And the nicest thing was when I quit my job in December of 2016, I didn't have to update my resume because I'm never applying for another job again. I don't need a resume anymore. That was one of the best feelings ever. Like I didn't have to like kiss up to people because I was hoping they'd give me a job anymore. Hi, Kilo 77. I don't kiss up to anyone, right? Because I don't have to have a resume. I don't have to find a job. It's like the best feeling ever. Hi guys. Don't you want that? That's like true freedom. Right, isn't it? Like not having to do this whole resume, looking for a job stuff. So much work. Okay, so then some people, they change from being an employee to a self-employed person. That's kind of what I did. I went from working for a job. Is that Primerica? I'm not talking about Primerica. This is Rich Dad Poor Dad, Cashflow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. Okay. So according to Robert Kiyosaki, the trick is to become a business owner and an investor, right? The true business owner is when you make more money you don't work for, right? When you make more and more money, become more and more successful, you hire people to do work. You don't do the work. That's the difference between a business owner and a self-employed person. So if you go from employed to self-employed, you're still doing all the work, you understand? So then that doesn't solve your problem, right? Because the more successful you get, the more work you have, the more busy you are. Traffic Top 1770, welcome. I have a friend who's like that. He owns a construction company. So he's self-employed. He owns his own construction company. The problem is that the more work he has, the more busy he is. Okay? You don't get free cash. I don't get free cash. I'll tell you how I make money, okay? You have to learn how to create money. How do you create money? You have to do something that other people want to have, right? You have to do something and give them something they want, right? So what do? I'm actually into financial freedom. So some people, not everyone, like a lot of people here, I give a lot of free trainings all the time, right? But some people want to work with me directly. They're like, oh, you know what? I want to be financially free faster. I want to work with you. So they pay me and they join one of my finance freedom masterminds. And then we work together weekly. We have weekly masterminds. I have one today. I meet people, we talk about, and then we plan out actions every week to create financial freedom. So it's like a 1-year program. Every week we have a webinar. People pay me to be in that webinar. That's how I create money. I also create money by investing wisely. I invest in wise investments, and those investments pay me money monthly, quarterly. So those are 2 ways that I create money in my life. Okay. Another way I create money is internet marketing. I have a website and I have ads. Yeah, I invest in stocks. I also have all different methods. Yeah. So this is how you create money. It's by creating value for others, right? That's how this is how you create money in your life. There's no like, there is some free money. If you go out on the street, you can probably find some money on the street. So there's some free money. Okay, let's move along. Okay. So this is why you need to really think about it. Like, what are you trying to accomplish, right? Hi, Gilherme. Welcome to the show. Welcome. Why are you dead? Somebody's making funny comments on my Periscope. Hi, Jason Perez. Welcome to Instagram Live. Thanks for joining in. Okay. All right. So let's move on. Let's talk about taxes, right? Oh, Brazil is on. How would one begin investment? Someone said free money. Hi, Ahmed. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about investing. I used to actually, if you want to learn about English, right? I used to teach English. That's the website that actually makes me money, passive income. That website is called eslteacherguide.blogspot.com. That's the website where I teach English. I don't teach English anymore, but that's my first website. It's taught English. Okay, so you can go there. eslteacherguide.blogspot.com. All right. So I don't teach English now. That if you want to learn English, go there. Because I did teach English on my website. Let's talk about taxes. One of the biggest expenses for people is taxes. The funny thing is employees and self-employed people pay more in taxes than business owners and investors. That's another reason to become a business owner and investor is because you will pay less money in taxes. You just pay less money. So even though I became self-employed in a business, I pay less in taxes because I don't pay taxes on business income until expenses are taken out, right? When you're an employee, you pay taxes on everything you get paid in your paycheck. But when you're a business owner, you don't. Okay, that doesn't happen. Okay, so most people focus on their money, their income, and they don't focus on income. Oh, we have 2 super fans on. People will focus a lot on their income, like bringing in more money. Thanks to the heart, bringing in more income, bringing in more money. What they really need to focus on is investment. Okay, it's not on bringing in more money. You can bring in more money, that's cool. But if you're not taking that money and making more money with it, you really need to stop what you're doing and reevaluate. Okay, because even if you bring in tons and tons of money, if you never learn to make money with your money, you're just going around in circles. Okay, so you need to stop and learn to become an investor. Right? Oh, this get rich quickly one. He says that you can get rich quickly. If you become a business owner, you will avoid paying so much in taxes that you'll get rich much quicker. Which makes a lot of sense, right? Hi, Rad099. Welcome to the fan. So, how do you get free? Taxes and debt are the 2 main reasons most people never feel financially secure or achieve freedom. So, the path to security and freedom is found on the right-hand side of the quadrant, business owner, investor. All right? And you need to go beyond job security. You need to know the difference between financial security and financial freedom, right? So you need to become a business owner and an investor if possible, right? And then you will naturally feel more secure, even if you only have a little money because knowledge is power. And that's exactly what happened to me. Once I became knowledgeable in what I was doing and I understood it, I quit my job. Even though I had less money when I quit my job, right? It took me a while, a couple months before I brought my income up from my business income. But when I quit my job, I actually didn't have income coming in, but I quit because I knew how to do it. I had the knowledge, and he's right. Once you have the knowledge, you can become free, even if you don't have the money right away. It's really interesting. I mean, we were making money passively through investing, but I wasn't making as much as my job was paying me, but I still quit my job. And now I make more for my business, my self-employed business, coaching people and stuff. But when I first quit, I didn't, So he's right, right? So how do you create, so to create financial security, he talks about for an employee, how to create financial security is you can take your money and instead of putting into a retirement account, put it into becoming an investor, okay? So you take your money and you put it into becoming an investor. So don't put it in a retirement account, put it into becoming an investor, invest your money, become a professional investor. That's one way to create financial security, all right? So if you're an employee, you don't want to own your own business, you don't have to, you can take that money and invest it. And that's what I was doing when I was an employee. I actually had both. I had money in my retirement account, I had money in my investment, and I was actively investing and learning how to be a better investor, right? So that's what you can do with your money right now and learn to make money with your money, okay? Okay, a second path to financial security is where could be where, and this is what the path to finance looks like for an X. Okay, so this pattern is described by the book. Oh, okay, I see. Sorry, let me just back up. All right. So the first path, and I'll show you these charts that they're doing. You take your money from an employee, you become an investor. Or you take your money from an employee and you become a business owner. These are two paths to financial security, financial freedom. Okay? Now another path is you're self-employed, and you just take your self-employed income and you invest it. Okay? So that's what I do right now. I used to be an E and to an I, and now I'm an S to an I. Right? Then there's another path, S to B. Okay? S to B is when you stop being a self-employed person and you become a business owner by hiring other people to do the work for you. Okay? Instead of doing all the work yourself, you hire other people to do the work. Okay? Then you become a real business owner. 2 is better than 1, so he recommends you do both, become a business owner and an investor. Okay, so to him, that's just a better idea. All right, millionaire firefighters. I have 2 friends who are examples of success on both sides of the Cashflow Quadrant. They have tremendous job security and benefits, and they have also achieved great financial wealth on the right side of the quadrant. Both are firefighters. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Hi, Sick Host. Welcome to the scope. Hi, Kiro. Hi, Kiro. Hey guys, I'm gonna have to end the scope soon, but let's talk about these firefighters, right? This is kind of cool. They have good steady pay, excellent benefits, and retirement plans. Work only 2 days a week. Holy cow! Oh, sorry that the broadcast is poor quality. You can't hear it. Is that what's going on? You can't hear the broadcast. The book is called Cashflow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. Okay, Cashflow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. Okay. So let's talk about his millionaire, his sound is okay. Okay, good. I'm glad the sound is okay. Let's talk about the firefighters and then I'm going to stop, right? So let's talk about one firefighter, right? He buys old homes and he fixes them up and then he collects rent, okay? So at the time of this writing his book, this firefighter owned 45 homes. 45 homes, okay? A firefighter, right? So 45 homes that pay him $10,000 a month net, okay? Net income. After debt, after taxes, after maintenance, after management, after insurance, he makes 10 grand a month from these 45 homes. That's a lot of homes. Holy cow. Yeah, 45. 45 homes. He earns $3,500 as a firefighter, making his total monthly income more than $13,000. I'm on Periscope on Wednesday morning, 6:30 a.m. Hawaii time. Okay, so right now, basically every Wednesday. And he has annual income of about $150,000 and growing. He has more than 5 more years before retirement. His goal is to have $200,000 a year in income at 56 years old. Okay, not bad for a government employee with 4 kids. Wow. Let's talk about his second firefighter friend. Okay. The other friend spends his time analyzing companies and taking major long-term positions in stocks and options. His portfolio is now more than $3 million. If he cashed it out, his portfolio and earned 10% interest a year, he would have an income of $300,000 a year. Hi, Satin Martin. Barring any merger market changes for life. Again, not bad for a government employee with 2 kids. Both friends have enough passive income for their 20 years of investing to have retired by age 40. But they both enjoy their work, so they want to retire with full benefits from the local government. Then they will then be free because they will enjoy the benefits of success as an employee and as a business owner for one and investor for another. Okay, so really cool thing, right, guys? I'm gonna stop it right now. Stocks and options are, that's actually a choice to say that, and the reason I say that is because what you say really matters. Somebody said stocks and options are difficult. If you say that, you believe that. So I will tell you something different, and you can think about it, okay? Because I invest in stocks and they pay me dividends, and it's not difficult to me. It's easy, right? It's just trial and error. Really, that's all it is. Trial and error. You go, you research, then you You buy some stock and you get paid the dividend. And then over time, you just understand if it was a bad choice or a good choice. In general, most of them have been good choices. I made some that are like, not the greatest, but I made some that were bad choices in the very beginning when I first started. But I didn't invest a ton of money. I invested like a couple $100, right? Oh, no, I've lost money. It's not that I say I never lost money, okay? But the thing is, I've made way more money than I've lost, okay? And even though I've lost some money, it was very educational for me, and it wasn't hard to do. See, investing is not hard. Okay? Investing can be easy. If you are stuck, if you have a block in your life, and you can't get past it, that's why it feels hard. I have someone in one of my masterminds, he has a stock brokerage account. He has money in it ready to go, and he still hasn't invested in one dividend yielding stock because he has a mental block. The other guy in the mastermind has already invested in a 10% stock that's making dividends every month. I mean, it wasn't very hard to do. It was a mental block. So investing in stocks or investing in certain vehicles, if you research it and you just start, it's not hard to do. It takes some time to get good at it, but it's not difficult. So what you think about matters, okay? So if you think that it's easy, if you think it's just something you have to learn like driving a car, then it's really going to make a difference in your life. Yeah, Bitcoin is a capital investment. So I'm not really as into Bitcoin. I think I'm going to accept Bitcoin as payment because it's a currency, yeah. So that's more of a capital investment. But if you guys understand this, you're welcome. So just understand this concept. In your mind, whatever you think really makes your existence and what happens in your life. And if you think in your head that I will have freedom and I will have security, right? I will be financially free. I will be my own boss. Investing is easy. Making passive income is easy. Then you will create the way to have that happen. And then you'll have it happen. Okay, I know because that's what I'm doing. And it makes a big difference what you think. You can create a barrier or you can create a way. What do you want to create? You want to create a barrier or you want to create a way? Okay, so that's it for today. Love you guys. Love you, Facebook Live. Thank you. Love you, Periscope. Thank you so much. Share this. Like it. Follow it. You know, if you haven't checked out my blog, go to yesfinanciallyfree.com. That's my blog. It's still under construction, but it is still there. You're welcome. Hi, Kat. Thanks for being a super fan. You are awesome. Thanks for all the hearts, guys. Love you. I will see you next week, Wednesday, for another great training. Aloha. And for my YouTube live and my blog followers, thank you so much. There is a link on YouTube. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel and go to my blog as well. There's a YouTube blog post, radio YouTube subscription. And then definitely join my email list. There's a form there. You can fill in your name and your email. If you're watching this like live today, the form might be hard to find. It's like on the right column. You scroll down and see it. Put your name and your email in, and we just got it to work this weekend. But it worked, so you can join my email list there. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me. See you next Wednesday. Aloha.